Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is Tuesday evening. I think it's June the 8th. I haven't even looked at the calendar today. So I just want to welcome everybody back, and I'm just going to have the camera filming out in front of the car so you can see me drive on my way home. It is coming up a pretty severe thunderstorm, it looks like. The clouds are actually not as dark as they were earlier when I first got on the parkway, so it looks like it is moving out of the area pretty quickly. Stopped in traffic today, and there was some construction going on, and over to the side, I don't know if they were part of the construction crew or what, but there were two guys over there with post hole diggers just digging two random holes in the ground, and they had them a little wheelbarrow with some, looked like they were going to mix up some concrete, so I guess they just had to put down two posts or maybe a traffic sign or something that they really didn't need any type of heavy-duty equipment for. So, you know, I saw them with those post hole diggers, and they were just pounding and pounding and pounding the dirt. It looked to me like at least 15, maybe longer, watching them with the post hole digger. And I never did see them get it deep enough to even place the post into the hole. And that reminded me of my daddy. For y'all who are new here on my channel, and I have many new subscribers, and welcome. My daddy, he was crippled. He was stricken with polio when he was a baby, and that left him crippled, and his right arm was completely paralyzed. He could not use his right arm at all, and his left leg was partially paralyzed, and it was about maybe an inch or two shorter than his right leg. So he always, you know, walked with a limp. But, you know, he and Mother bought the land there in Lumberton. It was 20 acres. I would say they probably bought it about 1948 or 49. And Daddy did everything on that land. The land had a lot of southern pine timber on it, and Daddy sold that because it was Lumberton, and you know, there was a lot of timber there and 2 or 3 lumber mills. In fact, Daddy worked for one of the lumber mills there for a long time in Lumberton until they built the Gulf Oil refinery. They hired the security guards. They hired people who were disabled, and so Daddy got a good job there at Gulf Oil as a security guard. And, you know, all he had to do was just sit in a little security house there and open and close the gates whenever the trucks would come through, or the workers or whoever would come through. He would just, you know, be the security guard there, whether or not to let anybody in. But back to the farm, so there was 20 acres, and Daddy built a barn, and he cleared all the land. He did sell the timber. Like I said, this was before I was born. I don't remember any timber. Anyway, Daddy put up all the fencing himself. You know, he dug every single hole for the fence post with that fence, you know, the post hole digger. And I was just watching these two guys, and, you know, it takes two arms. You have to take there's 2 handles on the post hole digger, and you have to take it by both handles and jab it and jab it and jab it into the ground, trying to form your hole, and then you have to squeeze the handles together to bring the dirt up. But y'all, I used to watch my daddy do it with just his left arm. He would have me there to help him put up the barbed wire fence. I would hold the, you know, they had like these little U-shaped nails, and I would hold the U-shaped nail, and then he would hammer it into the fence post. But I don't ever remember, you know, I was too little. I was probably only 7 or 8 years old when I used to help him do that. So I was too little to even attempt to try to dig a post hole. But I was just thinking, you know, as hard as my daddy worked to dig all those post holes. I mean, I don't know if you can measure acres by mileage, but the parameter of the land, you know, 20 acres, and every bit of it was fenced on the exterior. And then he had a fence going across the width of it, because he would fence off certain parts of it, you know, to keep the cattle out of the part up close to the house where we had the yard and the gardens and everything. So, you know, the parameter was fenced, and also, you know, across the width of the 20 acres. You know, I think when someone is born with a disability or is stricken with some type of illness or disease that leaves them disabled, I believe that, you know, it's just innate. It's just in your inner core that you want to work harder, and just to prove to yourself and to prove to those around you that you have the strength to overcome the disability that you have been given in your life. And I know that, you know, my daddy, he was a very strong-willed man. He wouldn't back down to anybody. And I know I have that characteristic. I got it from him. I don't back down to anybody, especially if somebody tries to bully me or make fun of me or take advantage of me. I just, makes me work even harder to make them look like the fool that they are, and to prove them wrong, and to prove that I'm right and what I'm doing is right and good, and that I'm worthy. And, you know, I learned that from my father. Even though he was disabled, and his classmates bullied him and called him crip and made fun of him and all of this, he he set out to prove them all wrong, that he's not a crip and he's just as good as they are. So I was just thinking about that today, you know, when I saw those two guys out there trying so hard to dig those two post holes. And they were sure having a hard time of it. And my daddy did that entire 20 acres all by himself, with a little Glenda Merle out there every now and then holding the barbed wire fence up, and holding the U-shaped nail so that he could nail it into the fence post. But y'all let me know what type of experiences you have had in your life with dealing with adversity, and how you overcame it. You know, I always think about the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And I know that my subscribers are tough, and whenever y'all have tough times, that's whenever you try your hardest, and you set out to beat it and overcome it. So thank you for watching today and listening to me. I know you didn't have much of a view. I love the rain, y'all. If I could, I would just throw a quilt out there and just lay in it. I just love the rain. I never complain about it when it rains. So I'm going to go in now and cook me some dinner. It's dinner time. So y'all please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to share my videos. And also, if you're just passing through, I would love to have you join my YouTube family. You will be loved and accepted here. And y'all just keep on coming back. Good night, guys.